shower steamers are like at-home mini spas. I'm Anna, I've never done this before, but I'm gonna try making my own shower steamers. How hard could it be? I've used this shower steamer quite a bit and I really like it, so this is the one I want to replicate. Oh, what is a shower steamer? It's like a bath bomb, but instead of like putting it in the bath and like it softening your skin, the vapors from this, when you put it in the shower, they can like wake you up in the morning or like relax you at night so you can sleep better. Or if you're really stuffy, they can kind of like clear your airways. So that's what these do. My supplies are baking soda, citric acid, cornstarch, Epsom salt, almond oil, witch hazel, and essential oils. I'll be using lavender. These are the silicone molds I'll be using, and I picked these up at Dollarama, our Canadian dollar store, which is really awesome. And they look like mini bundt cakes. Like, they're really adorable, but they're really, really squishy. So I don't know if they'll work, but I'm going to give them a try. And I have ones that just look like regular pucks, and then these like mini ones. I bought these mini ones for candles, but I'm gonna try to see if they work for these molds. So if they don't work, well, we'll find out and then we'll try something else. You are going to need to wear gloves, so I'm gonna put these on and then we'll get to the recipe, which I made up totally myself. I did do a bit of research online, and then I kind of took things together that I liked and made up my own recipe. So we'll see how it goes. So fingers crossed that it's totally awesome, right? It will be, right? Okay. 1 cup of baking soda. Half cup of citric acid. This is for that fizzy reaction. 1/4 cup cornstarch to help hold the mix together. 1/4 cup of Epsom salt to help harden the steamer. Mix these dry ingredients together well. Add 1 teaspoon almond oil for carrying the fragrance or making it smell stronger. And 2 teaspoons of witch hazel or water. Witch hazel is supposed to be less fizzy to work with when mixing. Mix these ingredients together well. Both these don't smell great, so it's time to add the 25 drops of essential oil. Now things are smelling nice. If your mix is too dry, add more witch hazel. It should clump together well. This is clumping together so much better than I expected, especially since it's my recipe, but great. That means we are ready to move on and use the molds. So what I do need to do quickly is just add a little bit of the witch hazel, which stinks, and I need to just put it on this little plastic tray that I have here, and I will be dabbing my fingers into that. But if you happen to have a spray bottle, that's way better, but I'm doing it this way. Grab my spoon, and I'm just gonna start filling one at a time. The most important part now is to really pack it into your mold. And this is where the extra witch hazel comes in. You just kind of dab your fingers or spray and just keep pushing it down. The more you pack down, the more you compress your mix, the better your results are gonna be. Like, it won't fall apart when you go to use it or when you go to take it out of the mold. Now I'm gonna try, oh, it's got good weight. I'm gonna try a different shape. I'm gonna try this fluted one. It looks cute. I'm finding this plain container so much easier to work with. So maybe stick with simple designs to make your life easier. To give them a nice smooth finish and like to be able to really press down hard, I'm just finishing it off with this little spoon. Okay, 6 of them are done. I'm just now going to let them dry overnight. I need them to get dry nice and hard, and then I'll see how they work. Now, the internet told me that witch hazel is supposed to help it not get all fizzy while you're working with it, and so you use this instead of water, but man, mine was fizzing all over the place. So I think once these are done and I pop them out, I'm going to try the same mix, but using water instead of witch hazel. So these just have to dry overnight, and I think I deserve a coffee, right? Yeah, okay, coffee time. I just came to grab something and I noticed how much these blew up. They're like snowballs. I wasn't expecting that, so I'm just gonna squish them back down a little. Don't know if this is supposed to happen, but I mean, these ones are huge. It's like I was baking, yeah, it's totally like I was baking cakes and they've all gotten big, but I'm just gonna push them back down. This one here, I didn't add any extra witch hazel while I was patting it down, and it kind of grew bigger than the others. So maybe the witch hazel does help. I don't know. Okay, they're patted down now, and I'm just gonna walk away. Oh, just kidding. I'm just keep coming back and squishing them down. It is to the next day and I have bath bombs and they're like, this is hard. This is exactly how I wanted it to turn out. They're hard. Now, remember my like exploding little, they're like baking and turning into like muffins? Well, I found a solution to that. Just take a piece of parchment paper, put it on top, put on a couple heavy books, and then they just stayed flat. And then after a few hours, I just took that off. How good's that? So it turned out great. So let's pop these all out and see how they looked. I'm really interested to see how these cake ones, the ones that were really difficult, let's see how they turned out. Okay, it's a little stuck. Oh my gosh, that's kind of cute. Aww. Okay, they are really cute. I mean, they need the edges cleaned up a bit, but I'm totally gonna use these. And now I did pop out one of these, so that one's fine. Let's see the rest. Yeah, not bad. I mean, I think I still have to work a bit on my shape, but no complaints. And they smell so good. Well, now that my first batch is done, I have it sitting there in an airtight container, and I'm going to make a second batch. But this time, instead of the witch hazel, I'm going to use water. I want to try it because, well, not everyone's going to go out and buy witch hazel. And for the almond oil, if you didn't want to go and buy this, and because it stinks so weird, if you wanted to, you could use coconut oil. So kind of feel like maybe I should have did that, but I have this now, so I'm going to use this. But I do want to try it with water, and I was smart this time and grabbed a spray bottle. So I think that was my problem. Actually, I'm totally sure it was my problem. The first mix, I just put too much liquid. I put too much of the witch hazel, so that's why I was like, "Ugh." So this time I'm going to only do my 2 teaspoons and just spritz water instead of pour. So let's see how water turns out. Let's toss in all my ingredients. Well, it holds. Not as well as when I added more liquid, but I'm gonna spritz some. And the fizzing starts all over. Definitely spray bottle, 100%. Yeah, it's holding that. Just those 2 spritzes, 2 or 3, definitely made a difference. Now, time to fill my little, I don't know, muffin tin. They're holding pretty well, so I'm not spritzing any more water on them. I feel like if they get crumbly, then I will. I'm done fussing, so now it's time for parchment paper and my heavy box. The parchment paper is only there to protect the books. It has nothing to do with anything to do with the actual steamer. But I'm gonna leave this for a couple hours. After a couple hours, they're hard enough that I can take them out of the molds and make more. Okay, so they're just gonna take a little nap now. And I'm gonna get another book to put on top. Yeah, they should be good. Check out how well these turned out. These are the ones where I swapped out the water for the witch hazel. And then I put the parchment paper and books on top right away. And they turned out so good. Like the edges are so much nicer and it's cheaper. You don't have to buy witch hazel and it still works out just as great. But they are a little bit big. I mean, they're probably twice the size of the ones that I buy from the store. So I found this little ice tray when I just happened to pop by the dollar store again. I just, happened to be there. And the bottom is soft. So I'm going to make a batch in here. And I think I'm also going to make some with eucalyptus instead of lavender. So while I'm making some more steamers using this tray, I'm going to share my top tips that I've learned while doing this. First tip, for sure, get a spray bottle. This really helps control the amount of liquid you use so you don't end up with explosive steamers like my first batch. I fill mine with witch hazel, but water works as well. As for my mix, which I really did research and come up with myself, I really like it. The steamers firm up well and aren't crumbly. I did make one change. I don't use witch hazel in the mix. Instead of 2 teaspoons of witch hazel, I use 2 teaspoons of water. I just really don't like the smell of witch hazel. But like I said, I do fill the spray bottle with witch hazel. This is the combo that I just found to work the best. The mix fills up this Dollarama ice cube mold perfectly, just by fluke. And I really like this mold because the sides are hard, making it easy to pack down the steamer. When you're ready to pop them out, the flexi bottom makes that easy. I didn't break or crack any steamers. My technique ended up being to add some mix to the mold, then 1 to 2 sprays of the witch hazel and pack down. Then more mix, another spray, and more packing until the molds were full. Using the back of a spoon to smooth out the tops works so much better than fingers, and I found the spoon helpful in applying pressure to really pack down the steamer. I used the parchment paper and books on every mix. It worked on the first batch, and now I don't want to risk it. The denser the steamer, the better, so pack it down and then keep it down with some weight. Leave the steamers in the mold for a minimum of 1 hour, ideally 2 hours. If you take them out sooner, they'll be soft and easy to dent or smush. But also, that fizzy reaction is still occurring and you won't end up with a smooth finish. They held up in the shower just like store-bought ones. They didn't just melt away, and it did smell like lavender. Making shower steamers is much less intimidating than I originally thought. If you've ever made them before and you have little tips on how to make the smell stronger, or you know which essential oils mix really nice together to make like a good scent, let me know that in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, it'd really help with the channel if you'd subscribe for more content just like this. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon with another project. Bye! I'm Anna. I've never done this before. Well, I'm going to blah, 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 blah. And I've never done this before, but I want to try making. These are the silicone, why can't I say that? These are the silicone molds. Whoa, I really can't say it. It's sunny outside, but it rained like torrentially yesterday. So I don't know if I want to go outside. It might be really soggy. Oh, there's puddles. All right. I don't know what I'm going to go do next, but bye.